Last month, Google decided to come out with not one, but two new Nexus devices, the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P. Today, we're talking about the 6P. This is their all-metal, premium, high-end version of the Nexus made by Huawei. So we're going to let you know if this is the dream of Google's phone finally fulfilled. When it comes to the design and build of it, they kept it simple and minimal, doing both, yet still retaining a premium feel. So it's completely encased with aeronautical grade aluminum unibody shell with a very slight hump for the rear facing camera. So at a 5.7 inch frame, you might think it's kind of big. It's more so tall and narrow rather than big. And so if you're thinking it's close to the Nexus 6, it's not. On the display side of things, it does matches that of the Nexus 6, where you get a high-res QHD 2560 by 1440 AMOLED display. This panel has a 518 pixels per inch. So you do get a great screen of visuals, vibrant colors, sharp imagery, and even making it viewable in sunlight. When it comes to AMOLED panels, Samsung is the king of AMOLED panels, but that doesn't mean Huawei's panel is not good. So it's definitely still does a good job and retaining, and providing ideal visual experience for a high-end Nexus. Huawei made sure to put some real power behind the Nexus 6P. They opted for the current best that Qualcomm has to offer, which is 2 GHz 64-bit Snapdragon 810 version 2.1 processor that we've seen in the OnePlus 2, along with 3 gigs of RAM. I got the 64 gig storage, and if you haven't read the spec sheets, there's no expandable storage, so you have to take it to the cloud. I've had zero problems with lag or performing several daily tasks as well as gaming, so it's definitely a great choice for the chipset. Also inside lies a 3450 milliamp battery, and working with the new features from Android 6.0 like Doze and App Standby definitely sips battery power in regards to light to minimal usage, and also in regards to standby. You get amazing standby time. When regards to the features regarding just everyday battery life, it helps, but it's not gonna get you 2 full days. But heavy usage, I'm still getting like 13 to 14 hours. And a USB-C port, using the chargers that come with it, you'll still get 0 to 100 in about just a little over an hour. So it's not quite the quick charging you might be used to, but it's not far off for USB-C. Inside of this one is a f2.0 12.3 megapixel Sony sensor with laser autofocus, dual LED flash, and as well as a 2.4 aperture 8 megapixel front-facing shooter. So along with this and Google's new camera app, you do get amazing photos. Now, we talked about this in our camera review and as well as the results. So just a quick recap: you have no IS, no manual mode. You do have video stabilization. Larger micron pixels make for better low light photos, and with HDR on, you're pretty much sure and get great photos 9 out of 10 times in almost any environment. So of course, these are the best shooters on the Nexus. So definitely checking off another box on the must-haves that I look for in a high-end smartphone: a dual front-facing stereo speakers. So you get great sound and ideal for all your entertainment needs. So if you want to hear what they sound like, here you go.
Can you punch through a wall? Stop moving car? Young, free, and wild. Order more kids.
In regards to Nexus Imprint, they're what they call their fingerprint reader. I know a lot of people were a little nervous because okay, Google doing a fingerprint reader, how good can it be first time out? Surprise, it's actually really damn good first time out. They actually put it where you think Motorola would put theirs if they ever came with one. Right in the rear, underneath the camera, where Motorola usually has a dimple of sorts. So it reads it pretty fast. You can, it's not a button, it's literally just somewhere you rest your finger. So you put your finger on the sensor in your pocket, and by the time you take it out, your phone's unlocked and you're ready to go. So awesome job. Being a new Nexus, you're gonna see the newest in Android. So welcome to the Android 6.0 Marshmallow. Now this isn't a big, massive update. You have minor updates, a lot of refinement. This is more so behind the scenes stuff. So, but the biggest visual change that you'll definitely see is Google Now on tap. That pretty much adds the power of Google anywhere on your phone. So if you're in an app and messaging, long press the home button, and if there's searchable info anywhere on the screen, it'll bring it up. Links, trailers, depending on what you're talking on, if it's in context, it'll be there. Now, it's awesome when it works. So we did a video on it running on the Marshmallow preview before the official one came, and I thought that was just a preview, but it kind of just worked the same. So it's not gonna work all the time. It's pretty much kind of a work in progress at the moment, so don't expect it to be like life-changing. But when it works, it does work really well. As you mentioned earlier, we have doze and app standby. So what they do is monitor your apps that are used while you're in standby and put them on pause to reduce battery drain. And also you have more in-depth controls for app permissions, so you can toggle it on and off in settings. A new app launcher, which you probably already have if you've updated your Google app. New copy, cut, paste options, better do not disturb features, and a different layout for volume options. So that's pretty much the nitty gritty of Android 6.0. So we gave the Nexus 6P an A+. It has everything you would want with very few or if any compromises. You got a great all-metal design, 2K display, stock Android, powerful chipset, long battery life, good camera, dual front-facing speakers, and fast fingerprint scanner. So this is the closest I'll ever get to my dream phone, and maybe for you too, or not. My thing is, who knew Huawei would be behind my favorite Nexus and possibly my favorite Android device. So as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the likes, sharing, and subscribing that you do. It really helps us grow, and thank you for watching.